Hello and welcome to my New York City figure hunting vlog. I'm not gonna yap too much here because I'm not trying to waste your guys' time. But basically, we hit up a couple stores you'll see in the video, and I'm just gonna kind of just document it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and head to the first store that I went to, and it was actually the Tamashi Nation store. So to be honest, here I didn't really plan on getting too much. There's really only one thing that I had my eye on at the beginning of the trip. I still ended up with a whole nother thing, but you guys will see that after. But being able to see all this in person was really cool. These Star Wars, like this new Star Wars line, I was very tempted, but they were a little pricey, and I don't know. But it was still really cool being able to see all this. So I actually didn't pick up anything just yet because I wanted to look around first just to make sure what I was getting was 100% what I wanted, because your boy's trying to budget. So now onto our second stop, and probably my favorite. We're here at Midtown Comics, and I mean, I'm gonna let the video speak for itself. Just look at the presentation when you're walking into the store. It's nothing like I've seen before. You might want to prepare your eyes before you see this, but look at this comic book wall. This shit was beautiful. I did see a lot of stuff like those two comics. Looking back at it, I definitely should have gotten them just because, And their first story is kind of just all comics, and then the second story they have more action figures, Funko Pops, and statues like these. And they did actually have a big display of Hot Toys, and it was pretty cool because I get to see a couple of the Hot Toys that I've never seen before, like the Venom. He is huge. I know, like, seeing like other people's videos of it, but actually seeing it in person, you don't realize how big it is. Yo. And they even had a couple of the Star Wars Hot Toys too, which I've again never really seen in person. And then they had more like DC stuff right here, but they did have the Mezco Fantastic Four, and if I had the money, they would have came home with me, but I don't got that money right now. And the rest of the top story is kind of like back issues, so I did pick up these two of Ultimate Spider-Man. Ignore that. And I'm actually really behind on Ultimate Spider-Man, so I need to catch up. And again, more Marvel Legends, but I really didn't see that much Mayfex or SHF here. And of course, they got Superman chilling right here. Look at the dude. And I really only got those two comics from Midtown just because, again, I was still just trying to budget because I really didn't know what to expect. So here we were just kind of walking around, just kind of admiring everything. We took a little bit into Central Park, and the weather was just perfect right now too for walking around. It was a little cold, so you got to wear a hoodie and actually be comfortable. We had to stop and get some McDonald's, of course, with this view is crazy. Our next stop was the Nintendo store. I've never been to a Nintendo store, so it was kind of like a must. I knew I wasn't really gonna buy anything here, but it was still cool just to get down and kind of look at everything. And they did have the demo for the Switch too, so we got to play the new Mario Kart, and I will say it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun, but is it $600 fun? I don't know. But overall, it was really cool just to stop in here and look around. It was like a little piece of my childhood. So next, we stopped at Barnes & Noble. I thought they would actually have some good stuff, but nope. Instantly walked right out. Best Buy, maybe. Nope. Right out. So now here, Book Off is apparently supposed to be the best store for just everything. Like, at least action figure wise. Comic book wise, yes, but not as much as Midtown. But here, you guys were not kidding when you told me that this was the best action figure store. I mean, they had a lot more than just action figures, but they had all the retro games. They had all these just older action figures. They had a ton of Funko Pop. They even had some Hot Toys right here too. I was just kind of skimming through them. I don't really plan to get another Hot Toy soon. I say that, but you never know what will happen. They even had like the X-Men, Wolverine, Black Widow. They just kind of had like a bunch of random ones right here. But still, I anytime I see Hot Toys, I always look at them. That's some old Spider-Man stuff. I'm telling you, they just kind of had a lot of everything. But here, this was the SHF motherload, let me tell you. I think this is the most SHF I've ever seen before. It was kind of like too much to look at. There's a couple I've never seen before too. This is kind of like Hot Toys and statues. That amazing Yamaguchi Gwen was really cool. They had some Mezcos and a couple Mayfexes. They just kind of had like a lot of, again, a lot of everything. I feel like I've said that like 3 times already, but that's really the only way I could really describe it. They even had the Mezco Punisher, and it's kind of a lot to look at, to be honest. Like, even looking how I was looking, I feel like there was stuff there that I didn't even see, and I was trying my best to look at everything. And this is the other side of that SHF wall. There's a little bit more here and there. The Mezco mask, one day I think I will get it. Get the mask. What you gonna get, man? What you gonna get? At least 2. I'll get Batman. I'm gonna get Miles. And then for the birthday boy. So yeah, that was really it for the Tamashi Nation store. And this place looks a little familiar. I don't know, must be me. But next, I really wanted to look at a Target here too, just because, you know, I was very curious to see how they are. Two escalators to get down to the Target is insane. But we made our way to the toy section, and holy, there was nothing. Look a little rough. I mean, they did have like little stuff here and there, you know, like this guy, but that is really all they had at this Target. And I was kind of expecting more, you know, but I guess I expected too much. So our last stop was this little, I don't even know what to call it, but it was a store. They just had so much of everything here, and like statues, action figures, and even Pokemon cards. Like it was really cool. But I didn't see the sign that said no no recording. So I I was just recording the whole time, and eventually the guy told me, "Hey, you gotta put that down." So that's kind of why the footage just kind of abruptly stops, because he told me to stop recording. But after a long day of flights, traveling back, packing and unpacking, we're finally home. So let's go ahead and go through everything that I got. First, we got 2 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man 11 and 14. I'm behind. I'm still trying to catch up. So these 2 were a must. And Midtown Comics, I love you so much and I miss you. And then from the Tamashi Nation store, this was the one thing that I had my eye on and I knew I was going to go home with, is the store exclusive SHF Miles, the rooftop version, and super excited about this guy. And this one was really unexpected, the SHF store exclusive, the Batman. I don't really know what makes it exclusive, but really didn't expect to get him, but I'm happy I did. And then I also got 2, so in total 4 of these stands, because I do need some, and I am pretty excited to try out the SHF stands, because we know the Mayfix ones suck. And then when you do spend over 100, they give you that little Tamashi Nations New York. I think that's really cool because it says New York on it, so I have some memorabilia. But that pretty much wraps up my whole haul. And if you guys do enjoy this type of content, I will try to keep pushing out these vlogs a little bit more. So if you did enjoy it or you thought it was cool, like and subscribe, and hopefully we can continue these.